dinner sandwich between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Rush.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Forced out to his left. Airing one out for Boyd. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. The Cowboys had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these 2 probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home.
because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Throwing here, Rush. And the reception made by Green. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there at 22.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Rush.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Back to throw, Rush.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Von Bell. And he's into the clear. The 40. 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
They'll give it to Mixon. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? When they saw
touchdown Bengals. Samaje Perine, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Rush to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it breaks up 3rd. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Trent Taylor. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken around the 12. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Bengals drive about to get going.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Here we go. Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. Finding space at the 40. Now he's loose at the 40. Jamar Chase. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone.
Tony Pollard on the return. The Cowboys make over first down at their own 26.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
To throw is Rush. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles. But that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters. But in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
What a run there. I mean, you got speed, elusiveness, escapability all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Burrow will throw.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Off play action. Rush on the move to his left. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
To return is Taylor. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rush. Escaping the pressure right. Right back to his running back, Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Rush. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Rush. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. This one caught downfield by Higgins.
And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Taylor now from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25. He's dropped it to 23. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
On 2.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's Kevin Huber now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. Ooh, with a juke. The danger of a punt that good? A 16-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. First throw now for the backup Tua Tagovailoa. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Pollard to return from the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Here we go.
They go play action with Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.